Hello, and welcome to another video for academic coaching for world changers. I am Coach Denise, and my email is right here, coachdeniseacwc@gmail.com. Our website is below. Just keep on watching. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about psychoanalytic versus psychodynamic, some similarities, some differences, what it all means. So first, some history. The term psychoanalytic came before psychodynamic. So psychoanalytic theory was developed by Sigmund Freud, our favorite guy, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. So it's based on Freud's work and theories about the unconscious mind, the significance of childhood experiences, and the roles of those repressed desires and feelings in shaping behavior and psychological problems. So all those typical Freud things that we think about, that is psychoanalytic. And then the development of psychodynamic theory followed later, emerging from the foundational concepts of Freud's psychoanalytic theory. So psychodynamic theory broadened the scope of psychoanalytic to include additional factors such as social, environmental, and relational influences on that psychological development. So there was more of an emphasis on that social part. So it encompasses a wider range of theories that evolved from Freud's original ideas, integrating contributions from other theorists who expanded and modified the psychoanalytic concepts. So psychoanalytic theory is the original framework from which psychodynamic theory later evolved. So think psychoanalytic came first, psychodynamic was followed. And you can remember it because A comes before D in the alphabet. So, are the terms psychodynamic and psychoanalytic interchangeable? The terms are often used interchangeably in some contexts due to their shared origins and overlapping concepts, but there are distinct differences between the two. So both theories originated from the work of Freud, like I mentioned. So because of this common foundation, many of the core principles, such as the importance of the unconscious mind, those defense mechanisms, and the impact of early childhood experiences on adult personality and behavior are central to both. Both theories emphasize the influence of the unconscious on behavior and personality. They also explore how internal conflicts can impact mental health. This significant conceptual overlap can sometimes lead to confusion or the perception that they are the same. So some similarities, the origins in Freud's work. Both theories have origins in the work of Freud. They share fundamental belief in the importance of the unconscious mind in shaping behavior and personality. There's an emphasis on that early experience, like I mentioned, and that unconscious process. Psychodynamic is essentially an evolution and expansion of that psychoanalytic theory. Some differences. So psychoanalytic is more specific and retains more of Freud's original ideas, including his emphasis on those sexual and aggressive desires. And psychodynamic, while grounded in psychoanalysis, that has a broader range of ideas and tends to focus more on the ego's role and the impact of social and interpersonal factors. So in many general or less formal contexts, the specific distinctions between the two are not always emphasized. So in such cases, psychodynamic is often used as a broader term encompassing a range of theories, including psychoanalysis. So some therapeutic applications. The differences might be less pronounced, leading to terms being used more interchangeably. And both approaches can involve exploring past experiences and that unconscious process, like I mentioned. Some other differences, scope and development. Psychoanalytic theory, like I said, is Freud's original ideas focusing on the unconscious and things like the Oedipus complex, the repressed memories. And then psychodynamic theory, however, is broader and includes the contributions of others. In psychoanalytic theory, there's a strong focus on exploring the unconscious mind, maybe through methods like dream analysis, free association. So think of the person laying on the couch and Freud right there, just letting the person talk and talk and talk. Psychodynamic, while still interested in that unconscious, tends to be more flexible and less intense than psychoanalytic. So it also incorporates more contemporary understandings of personality and mental health. And psychoanalytic often involves techniques like the Rorschach and that dream analysis. And then psychodynamic may have some similar techniques. It tends to be broader and have more of a range of other approaches and might use some short-term solution focused, maybe some open dialogue, family therapy, writing, music, so a lot more broad. So psychoanalytic theory. We know that Freud is the founder, some key concepts, unconscious mind, psychosexual stages, defense mechanisms. If you want me to go in depth in the stages or defense mechanisms, let me know, leave a comment or email me, and I can make a separate video on that. Some key concepts are the role of early childhood experiences and the structure of the psyche with the id, ego, and superego. Think of the angel and the devil on your shoulder. The id is the devil, that's the pleasure principle, and then the superego, that's the angel with the morals, and then you are the ego in the middle. And then also the importance of dream analysis. Some key techniques, free association, dream analysis, and transference and countertransference. Psychodynamic theory, we have some key concepts here. So it evolved from those ideas of Freud. It still talks about the unconscious, the internal conflicts and resolutions, and more focus on the ego psychology. Some key principles are greater focus, like I mentioned, on the ego, less emphasis on those sexual drives that Freud was always talking about, and then the role of social and environmental factors in shaping personalities, and also defense mechanisms and anxiety. Some key techniques. It's shorter term and there's more of a focus on the therapeutic relationship and exploration of past events and the impact on current behavior. So, how it looks in individual therapy, the choice between the two approaches in individual therapy depends on the patient, like it always does. Psychoanalysis might be more suitable for deep-seated emotional issues, while psychodynamic could be more effective for specific problems, maybe like anxiety or depression. Group therapy, this could be psychodynamic approaches might be better for addressing interpersonal conflicts within a group or organization. And then psychoanalytic versus psychodynamic versus psychotherapy. So these are the terms. We went over psychoanalytic and psychodynamic. So psychotherapy, that's an overarching term that covers a wide range of therapeutic approaches designed to treat mental health disorders and emotional difficulties. Psychotherapy is essentially the process of treatment involving conversations, interactions between a therapist and a client aimed at improving the client's mental health and well-being. Psychoanalytic and psychodynamic therapies fall under the umbrella. So psychotherapy is a big umbrella with many other forms of therapy underneath that umbrella. So this could also include CBT, humanistic, DBT, and more. Okay, so let's try it out. So my first question, which of the following focuses more on the ego's role and the impact of social and interpersonal factors? Is it A, psychoanalytic, B, psychodynamic, C, psychotherapy, or D, all of the above focus on the ego equally? Think about it for a second. B, psychodynamic. While they do all focus on the ego, psychodynamic has more of a focus on the ego's role and the impact of social and interpersonal factors. Okay, one more. Which of the following is a key concept of psychoanalysis that refers to unconscious psychological processes that protect the self from anxiety-producing thoughts or feelings? This might be a tough one because I didn't go in depth, but hint, I said I could make a video on it if you wanted me to go more in depth. So is it A, dream analysis, B, transference, C, the dynamic unconscious, which that should say unconscious, or D, defense mechanism? It is D, defense mechanism. So that is a short and sweet video on psychoanalysis and psychodynamic therapies. Once again, let me know if you like, what you don't like. If you want to see more videos, leave a comment below or feel free to email me at coachdeniseacwc@gmail.com. We can also set up some individual sessions. If you want to book with me, let me know. Send me an email. Or if you want to just check out what else we have, check out our website, academiccoachingforworldchangers.com, and don't forget to subscribe.